Nikichaguliwa sawa, nisipochaguliwa sawa, sivyo? Si mimi niko na nyumbani kwetu.
The African Union, a symbol of unity, progress and collaboration across the continent, stands at a critical crossroads. As the election for the African Union Commission chairperson approach, the eyes of Africa and the world are focused on the 55 member states that make up the continent's political heart. But this year, the election takes place with a stark difference. 6 countries will be excluded from voting in the election for the next chairperson, a position currently contested by 3 formidable candidates: Kenya's Raila Odinga, Djibouti Mohamed Ali Yusuf, and Madagascar Richards Randriamandrato.
My heart is ready and my hands are steady, and with your support, I shall get the opportunity to be of service to Africa.
I've got accumulated experience in diplomacy. I know very well the African Union for having attended most of the events there for the past 2 decades. So I think I have, the profile and the necessary experience to take on that position.
The African Union is made up of 55 countries, each contributing to the continent's development, peace and security. However, in recent years, the EU has been faced with political instability in some of its state members, resulting in suspension that limit their participation in vital processes such as the upcoming AUC elections. Here's a closer look at why these 6 African countries, including Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea, Sudan, Niger and Gabon, will not be part of the voting process. In September 2021, it remained firm in its position, emphasizing that political stability must be restored before any change can occur. Mali's situation is another example of the AU's effort to control military takeovers. In 2021, Colonel Assimi led a coup that ousted the civilian government and declared himself the head of state. Mali had been suspended earlier in 2021 alongside Guinea and Burkina Faso. Though the country requested to have its suspension lifted, the AU refused to restore Mali's participation until the country returns to its constitutional order. The political upheaval in Niger and Gabon came even more recently. Following military coups in both countries in 2023, the African Union suspended this nation from participating in its decision-making processes. The EU has made it clear that it will not tolerate unconstitutional changes in government, and the suspension of Niger and Gabon highlight the continent's growing concern about the rise of military regimes. With 6 countries, Guinea, Sudan, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger and Gabon suspended from voting, only 49 AU member states will cast their ballots in the AUC elections. The suspended nations may still be members of the AU, but their political instability has stripped them of the power to shape the future of the organization through their vote. But in this race, the lack of participation from several nations could shift the dynamics, as the 2/3 majority of votes required to secure the chairperson seat will now be determined by a smaller pool of voters. The absence of 6 nations for the AUC election marks a pivotal moment in the African Union's history. It's a stark reminder of the challenges the continent faces, challenges that stem from political instability, military coups, and the constant struggle to balance power and governance. As Africa looks to the future, the result of this election will be more than just a leadership change. They will shape the trajectory of the continent's future and its ability to move past the political crises that have marked its recent past. The next chapter of the African Union begins with the vote of the 49 remaining nations. But what does it mean for those who will not have a say?